kind of like Trump.
So he works with
He's
the...
a rider.
Ask him if he, I'm sure he knows Frank Esposito.
What is Frank?
Frank used to work for me, now he works for them.
Okay.
And Mark Crudell is the boss there.
Well, probably they're higher up, because he's a rider.
Hi, how are you? Good morning.
Yeah.
Are you? You can bring shoes in. It's fine. When it's nice, people tend to just kick them off outside, so that's okay too. No chance of rain. I don't know if we met. I'm Rachel.
No, never. This is my first time. I'm Sarah.
Oh, your first time here?
Yes.
Oh, welcome, Sarah.
you.
And
Florina.
Florina.
First time ever.
First time. Okay. First time to yoga or just first time here? Okay. All of the above. New to yoga or just new to
I
us?
mean, I've done yoga many years ago.
All right,
I had
good.
2 kids.
All right,
no
yeah.
physical
Yeah,
activity.
that happens. All right.
They're like 4 and 2.
Okay, all right. So you're in it. You're in it. This is just my extra screen plugged in. I'll bring it up there in a minute. Take a mat. Yep, take a mat. Yep, grab a mat. You've got one. This mat is very good when we're like on our mat, on our backs, on all fours. When you stand up, it might make things wobbly for you because it's so squishy. So you can. It's good for when you're down, but if you want, sometimes people will put this on top of it and then pull it off to the side. So when you're standing, it just makes it a little more stable.
What else do I need to take?
Take 2 blocks, take a strap, take a blanket. We use a lot of props. Everybody, we're going to use a strap today. I'll bring them around. And the bathroom, if you need the bathroom, it's behind that wall. You have to go outside and around.
Okay.
Yeah. Who needs a strap? Anybody? Yes, here. Debbie, did you get one?
Can I set up by the...
Of course, you can go wherever you like. Yeah, wherever you like. Yes, be by friends. All right, here's straps for you guys. Yep, have a couple blocks. Anybody else need a strap? I think I have one. Do you have a strap? No. Here. Frank has one. Bruce doesn't have one. I gave you one here. Yeah, grab some blocks, grab a blanket to sit on. You're welcome. Okay. All right, guys, we're going to do the chant today. Who needs the words? Anybody need the words? I'll give these to you guys. Okay, here's our chant if you want to join in or follow along. Anybody else need chant words? I think you guys all know it, yeah? Okay, here we go. All right, I cooled it off too much, I think. Now I'm cold. All right, here we go. Did I do hang on. I forgot to do, oh no, I did it, okay. All good. All right, here we go. Good morning. Hi, everybody. So I have 3, I'm Rachel. Let's start there. Most of you know me. Elizabeth has moved on from teaching this class after like a bazillion years, and so, big shoes to fill. I brought my own shoes, all that stuff, but she'll be back to do some meditation stuff popping up here and there, but I'll be with you for a bit, at least. So for those of you who don't know, I have 3 sons, and my middle son is about to graduate high school, and so as I'm moving towards graduation, I'm thinking about him and doing the graduation things and all that stuff. And when he was little, he was obsessed with Hanuman, the monkey god Hanuman. He, I think, thought he was Hanuman, and I actually somewhat agree that he just very much embodies so much of the Hanuman qualities. And so as I was thinking about him, I thought, all right, it's a good week to bring some Hanuman stories. So Hanuman stories, there's lots of them. I heard someone chime in, but I don't see you. Lots of things we can talk about with Hanuman, but let's give some basics. So he comes into the world as his first iteration in the world is as Anjaneya, and he's this very mischievous, big-hearted but troublemaker, exactly like Mike Kieran. And he, at some point, mistakes the sun in the sky for a juicy ripe mango and jumps into the sky and snatches the sun out of the sky. And the sun god gets really pissed off as he does this and strikes him dead. Okay. So his dad, Hanuman's dad, comes in and is like, come on, he's just a kid. He's just, like, did you have to be so dramatic? Can we, let's, really, let's bring him back, So Surya, the sun god, agrees to bring him back, but with a curse that he only has short-term memory. So he doesn't remember his powers, because if he doesn't remember how powerful he is, how much trouble could he really get into? If anyone knows how I can put that same curse onto my 17-year-old, that'd be amazing, but haven't figured that one out yet. So he comes back into the world as he's going to go live with the monkey clan in the forest, and so to blend in better with his new family, he takes on that half monkey, half man form that we see him in. And he lives in the forest. So as he's living in the forest, and these are stories from the Ramayana, from that big epic story, the Ramayana. He meets Ram, who is the main character of the Ramayana, and they become just devoted friends. Hanuman is never without Ram. Ram is never without Hanuman. Ram's consort is Sita, and Ram and Sita are in the forest battling it out with Ravana, the bad guy of the story. The Ramayana is like a bazillion pages long, right? So these are long stories. I'm trying to, shorten it up for you a bit. So Ram and Sita are battling it out with Ravana. Hanuman is there supporting them. And at some point, Ravana kidnaps Sita and whisks her off to the island of Lanka in the middle of the ocean, like in the thousands of miles out in the middle of the ocean. But Ram's got to stay and battle the forces in the forest. So he says to Hanuman, can you go get Sita? Because I got to be here. I got to do the stuff here. Can you go get her? And Hanuman's like, of course. Yes, of course. You don't say no to your friend when your friend asks you to do something. But he's like, how do I do that? Because remember, he can't remember his powers. So he kneels down and he prays for grace to be with him. And he, Ram is an avatar of Vishnu, who is the sustainer. So he calls upon that energy, and it gives him the strength to then leap across the ocean. Hint, hint, Hanuman pose. That's what we're doing. So one of the things I really love about that story, there's a couple of things. First is, just this idea that we get so caught up in our day-to-day that we forget our own power. We forget our own agency. We all do what Hanuman does, We forget that we have the power to do amazing things if we, devote ourselves to it, if we commit to it. And then the story of this friendship it's woven through so many stories. I could tell you just dozens of stories about this. And it's this idea, to me, friendship is such a powerful relationship, and because it's the chosen relationship. Hopefully you have that in your family in some way or another. But family is also obligation. It's also like you got to show up for people. Some people you want to, some people you really don't want to. That's the reality of family, every family. But friendship is that quality of like, I choose you. I see the best in you. I want to be, I know I chilled it down a little too much. I'll turn it off for a second. I did turn it off, actually. I don't know why it's not going off. Oh, there we go. Now it's going off. I did turn it off, but it wasn't going off. So their relationship really speaks to that. When we talk about Hanuman, we talk about courage, but where does the courage come from? From Ram's love, from his, their devotion to each other, selfless service, how they're just willing to do whatever it is that needs to be done for each other, for the bigger picture, for the bigger good. And there's someone in your life who calls that out of you, or who inspires that in you, you to sort of be your best self. And then just this idea that we are all powerful beings, not all powerful, but all powerful beings, and that we just forget. We forget how much agency we have. We forget how much we don't have control over everything, but we have control over a lot. We have control over, at least this is what I say to my kids, you really have control over just one thing. You. That's it. But you do. You can make the choice to be the friend, to be devoted, to be selfless, to be, to be your best self. And that is always a choice. It's not always an easy choice, but it's always a choice. And so this is what the Hanuman practices remind us of. So let's take a minute and just get a little centered, and then we'll chant. So sit up well. Sit up on your blanket if that's helpful for you, so that your knees can rest below the hip points. Rest your hands onto your thighs about midway between your knee and your hip, so that your elbows can just hang underneath your shoulders, and your shoulders can draw back gently. And you can feel a sort of a lift and expansion and opening across the front of your heart. Let your hips, pelvis be heavy on the earth. Let yourself settle a little more. And then at the same time, create a lengthening out of your pelvis. So your low back is drawing in towards your belly a little bit and upwards. And you're lengthening through the side body. You're lengthening all the way up to the crown of your head. Take a moment and just invite awareness of whoever it is you are devoted to in your life, or whoever is devoted to you and inspires you in your life. That is the relationship between Ram and Hanuman. Relationship that can inspire us in our practice this morning to be our best selves, to invoke, to remind us of our own power, to take whatever leap we need to take in our own lives. And then draw your hands together at your heart. We'll start with our chant. So we chant 3 Oms, and then Om Namah Shivaya 3 times, and we end with an Om together. If you'd like to join, take in a deep breath. Bow your head to your heart with a sense of devotion to yourself, to those in your life who you support and who support you. And as you're ready, release your hands. Let your eyes open. Okay, we're going to start on hands and knees. Come to tabletop. So if your knees feel sensitive on the floor, you can bring your blanket, put your blanket underneath your knees. Do you want to line up your knees underneath your hips, and then take your hands So line up the outer shoulder with the center of your wrist. So not outer shoulder to outer wrist. That narrows the upper body a little bit and creates a little tightness in the chest. So go a little bit wider. Spread out your fingers. Press your finger pads down into the mat. That's it. And then just start some cat and cow breath here. So as you inhale, lift your chest, lift your tailbone, look up. And as you exhale, press into the floor and let your spine round, let your head drop down. Good. And then inhale and arch your back and look up. That's it. Bring your shoulder blades onto your back. And then exhale and round your back like a cat up towards the sky. Press into the floor, let your head drop down, round your spine. And just like that, a couple more times. Inhaling and arching, exhaling and rounding. Just letting your breath massage the vertebrae of the spine, open the front of the spine, open the back of the spine. Do one more. Good. And then find a neutral spine so that your low back has a curve in it. You don't want to flatten out your back. So there should be a little gentle curve, but you're pulling your belly up towards your spine a little so that you're creating some support. Your abdominals are supporting your low back. Then bring your knees closer together and stretch your right leg back behind you. Tuck your toes on the floor and just take a gentle calf stretch. Bring your weight, the weight's going to want to drop over towards the pinky side of the foot, so bring your weight a little more to the big toe side of your foot. And press evenly out through the inner heel and the outer heel. Then keeping your belly lifting towards your spine, lift your leg up, your toes up off the floor. Good, and then we're going to rotate the leg. So on your inhale, turn your whole leg out, turn your toes to the right. And then as you exhale, rotate the leg in. Try to turn your toes and your whole leg to the left. Then inhale, turn the toes way out to the side, and then turn them as far in as you can. Good. And then as you're doing this, I want you to feel what happens in your pelvis as you're doing these actions. So as you turn the toes out, there's a tightening of your glutes, your butt muscles, and there's a narrowing in the back of the pelvis, and then as you turn the toes in, there's a broadening. Do you guys feel that a little bit? All right, good. Drop that knee down. Second side, left leg behind. Tuck your toes. Bring the weight a little more to the big toe side of the foot. Yep, toes on the floor. Press to the heel, so take the calf stretch first. Just open up the back of the leg. Firm your thigh muscle, your quadricep. Feel the back of the knee open up a little bit, the back of your ankle open up a little bit. Good, then keeping your belly strong, lift your toes up, lift your whole leg up, and then rotate. Turn the toes out, and then exhale, turn the toes all the way in as far as you can. And as you inhale, turn the toes out, feel your glutes tone, the outer hip tone, and then turn the toes in and feel that broadening and widening as the inner thighs fire up. And then just do a couple more, just rotating like that. Feel the whole leg rotating, not just the foot, the whole leg rotating internally and then externally. Okay, and then drop that knee back down. And keep your knees over your hips for puppy pose. Walk your hands out in front of you. Knees, hips over knees, arms out in front. Arms extended out long, elbows straight, that's it. And same idea, outer shoulder lined up with center of wrist so that there's some space for the shoulder blades. And now you're gonna let your head release down, but keep your armpits lifting up, especially the inner armpit. And keep your belly lifting up. The ribs are gonna wanna sag towards the floor. Keep them lifting up. Keep your belly gently toned. And then extend your arms a little bit longer. Take one more breath. Good, and then come on back up to tabletop. All right, take your right leg behind you one more time, toes on the floor. And then I want you to play with this rotation of the leg with the toes on the floor. So the whole top of the leg, when the leg rolls internally, the weight comes more to the big toe side of your foot. And then when the leg rolls out, the weight comes more to the pinky toe side of the foot. So see if you can still feel those actions happening. These are the actions we're going to work with in the practice to move us towards Hanuman today. So not as big of a movement, but you're still feeling that broadening of the inner thigh in the back as the inner thigh rolls up, and then the toning of the glutes as the weight comes to the pinky edge of your foot. All right, drop that knee down and then try it with the second side. Is this making sense mostly? Try to keep your toes on the floor so you're not rolling your foot in and out. So look at my back foot for a second, guys. My foot isn't moving. It's just my thigh is rotating in and out. So I'm just trying to get a little more refined in that movement. Yes, so it's not as big of a movement. Yes, but with the toes fixed like that, you're going to get more movement into the hip. Do you guys feel that? If we're not moving the toes. All right, do one more in and then out. Good. Drop that knee back down. Okay, take your knees wide apart now. Sit back into child's pose. Hips to heels. Reach your arms out in front. Let your head rest down. Let your hips feel heavy and just soften into the earth a little bit. Release your hips, your pelvis. And then keeping your hips heavy, walk your arms and your torso over to the right. Bring your belly over your right thigh. Reach through your arms. If you want a little deeper stretch in your shoulders, take your left hand on top of your right hand. Of course, if that feels like too much for the shoulders, then keep your hands separated. Keep your torso down low, so where the belly is like on your thigh. You're just reaching your arms off to the side for a deep side stretch. Okay, walk back through center. And then over to the left. Belly on the left thigh. If this bothers your knees, you can always put a blanket behind your knees or underneath your knees. Again, deeper stretch for the shoulders. You can take your right hand on your left hand if you like. Keep your right hip pulling back. Walk to center. Back to tabletop. All right, good. Come back to that outer shoulder distance with your hands. See that your crease of the wrist is parallel. So you don't want the inner hand turning in. You don't want that crease to get really crunchy at the inner wrist. So the peace sign fingers, point those straight ahead. Spread out your fingers and grip your fingers down. Then move your knees back so you're in a longer tabletop. Good. And then tuck your toes and lift your knees and your hips up into downward facing dog. Good. Come up with soft knees. So bend your knees a little bit. That's it. And then move your belly back towards your thighs with your knees bent. That's it. Pull your hips back. Yes, get the stretch into your spine. And then keep your left knee bent, but straighten out your right leg. Left knee bent, right leg straight. Good. And then switch sides. And then pedal back and forth a few times. Slow. Bend one knee, stretch the other leg straight. Then bend the other knee, stretch the other leg straight. Just ease into the back of the legs a little bit. Now bring both legs as straight as you can. And if that just feels like too much pulling in the hamstrings or at the hamstring attachments, you can keep your knees a little soft. But if you can go straight, go straight. And then make your arms really straight and strong. Pull up through your arms into your shoulder blades. Pull your shoulder blades a little more flat onto your back. And then move your heart, your chest, a little closer to your thighs. Then just take one more breath here, extending from your heart. Love, devotion, down into the earth, up through your hips, down to your heels. Walk yourself forward to the front of your mat and come on all the way up to stand. Sweep your arms up to the sky. And exhale, let your arms release by your sides. All right, let's do a little more leg warm up here. So bring your feet about hip distance apart and turn your toes so that your feet are parallel. And if you can go barefoot, it's better. You feel the floor, unless you have sticky socks on and you've got yoga socks, that's okay. I like to feel the earth really underneath my feet, but if you need socks, it's okay. But spread out your toes and anchor your feet really fully. Inner big toes a little closer than the inner heel. Then bend your knees and poke your hips back behind you like a chair, like you're trying to reach for a chair. So instead of letting your knees come forward like this and your hips forward, poke your hips back. That's it. Then stretch your legs out straight. All right, hands on hips. Bend your knees. As you're bending your knees, spin your inner thighs down towards the floor. Push your thigh bones wide so that your legs are parallel to one another. Good, press your legs out straight. One more time, bend your knees, spin your inner thighs back. Roll your legs inwards. Good, now take your torso a little more upright. Keep that inner rotation, but draw the buttocks down and in. Lengthen your low back a little bit. And then you could stay here, or you can take your arms to the sky for full chair. Good, hold steady and breathe. What helps you to dig deep, to find courage, to find love? Who is that in your life that inspires that inside you? Fill up with their presence. Maybe it's yourself. Push into your feet. Come on up. Stretch up tall, 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 tall. And exhale, release your arms. Good. Move your blocks in front of you. So put your blocks at the front of your mat. Good. Come to Tadasana at the front of your mat. Good, mountain pose. So feel your feet on the earth. Make your legs steady and strong without locking your knees. So the calves, your lower leg muscles need to fire up so the back of the knee stays a little bit open. And then tone your thigh muscles, feel your kneecaps lift a little bit. Tone your glutes and draw your tailbone down. And then from your hips to your armpits, grow your torso taller. Roll your shoulders back a little bit. Bring your head, the back of your head back so you're lengthening through the front and the back of the neck evenly. Nice, you guys. On your next inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky. And then as you exhale, hinge from your hips and fold forward. Here's where you may want to use your blocks. If your hands don't make it to the floor, you can put your hands on the blocks at any height. For a deeper stretch, take your blocks lower, but you want to try to keep your legs as straight as you can. If it feels like a lot of pulling in your low back and you need to bend your knees a little, that's fine. But as straight as you can. All right. Let your spine just spill over. Let your head release. Let your neck release. Shoulders relax. But at the same time, push down into the blocks so your arms are helping to support your spine and your back. Okay, bend your knees. Step your right foot all the way back to a lunge. So toes on the floor, heel over your toes. If you want to keep your hands on the blocks, that's fine. You can move them back to frame your front foot. If you can reach the floor and do it with hands on the floor, that's fine too. All right. Now, bring your awareness to your back leg. So remember all that business in tabletop of rotating the leg? So make your back leg really strong. With love, devotion to yourself. Feel the muscles hug the bones like an embrace of yourself. And then spin your inner thigh up towards the sky a little bit more. That's it. Now tone your glutes, extend your spine, look forward. Good, you guys. Take one more breath here and then step forward to the front of your mat. Bend your knees now. Rest your belly on your thighs. Let your head relax, shoulders relax. Come to a standing rest. So knees bent, belly on the thighs. That's it. Head and neck soft. Stretch your legs to straight again, or as straight as you can. Take a longer exhale. And at the bottom of the exhale, as you feel the belly tone, stretch into your forward bend a little deeper. And then step your left leg all the way back. That's it. Push to the big toe side of your left foot. So keep that base of your big toe really anchored. And then from there, spin the whole inseam of your pants up towards the sky, a little bit more of your left leg. So the whole left inseam rolls up a little bit. Then tone your glutes, draw your tailbone down a little bit, lengthen your spine forward. From the center of your pelvis, extend to your back leg and forward through your spine and out in all directions. Good, big step forward, Uttanasana. Fold. With your legs as straight as you can, lengthen your spine, look forward. Take your hands to your hips. Lift your elbows up, lift your shoulders up, lift your head up. Now push into your feet and come on all the way up. You should feel that in your hamstrings, not in your back. Then reach your arms to the sky. Good, exhale, let your arms release down. All right, we're going to do a little balancing. Yeah, if you want to come, we're going to go to the wall in a minute. We're just going to do a little pulse here. So we're going to start with the arms. As you inhale, let your arms sweep up. And as you exhale, let your arms sweep down. And then inhale, arms up. And exhale, arms down. Good. On your next inhale, shift your weight to the right. And as you inhale your arms up, just lift up your left knee any amount. Maybe just hover it. And then exhale, foot down and arms down. Then shift your weight to the left. Inhale, arms up, right knee up. Nice, guys. Exhale and lower. Let's do one more each side. Get steady on your right foot. Inhale, left knee up. Exhale, left foot down, arms down. Weight to your left foot. Inhale, right knee up, arms up. And exhale and release. Good. Take your mats over to the wall. Find a spot at the wall. It can be under the windows, that's fine. Actually, we're not such a full class. Let's not go under the windows, so then we've got wall space above us to use. All right, so find a spot at the wall. You know what, guys, go this way, Dana, just because we fit, we can just fit a lot more people that way. Yeah. Yep, we go this way so that we can fit everybody in. Yep, we can squeeze in. Yeah, thanks. Okay, first thing we're going to do is a tree pose. So you could use our friends are back. I know, our friends are back. It's summer. I know. It's where we are. I know, it's where we are. Oh, you took another mat. I was like, who's that? Did you go to the bathroom? No, you're there. All right, tree pose. Here's a nice way to do it. If you feel like you need balance, stand with your help with your balance. Stand with your left hip facing the wall. And then you can use the wall for your knee. You can kind of wedge yourself. I like this version because it forces you to kind of pull this standing leg hip in. So just figure out the distance from the wall that you need to be. Good. And then stand on your right leg. Spread out your toes. Make your right leg really strong and then pin yourself into the wall. So pull your outer right hip in towards the wall. Your knee is pressing into the wall. Then you can take your left arm up the wall, your right arm up out to the right. Yes, you got it. Both arms up. Yeah, if you need the balance, you can use the leg on the wall, keep the leg on the wall, or just, and bring the hand up. If you need the hand there as well, that's fine. And then hold steady, breathe steady. Lengthen down through your standing leg into the earth. Anchor yourself. And then as you inhale, get taller through your spine. Yes, good. One more breath. And then exhale. You can use the wall for balance and release. It's nice when we use the wall too, because then we can hang out there for a little bit longer than maybe we're used to. All right, second side. We're going to stand on the left leg. The right knee is going to go into the wall. Heel toe the left foot in as close as you can. And then squeeze your outer left hip in. And you can use that, I didn't say this on the first side, but you can work it here a little bit. Use your heel on your inner thigh, your right heel on your inner left thigh, to help roll that inner right thigh back a little bit. And then draw your buttocks down and in. You can go right hand on the wall, left arm up. You can go both arms up if you like. If you don't need the wall, you can just go both arms to the sky. Keep squeezing your outer left hip in. Keep feeling the muscles of the left leg supporting you. Offering yourself love and devotion that you offer to all those in your life that you support and are devoted to. Offer it to yourself here. And then let the pose just become the embodiment of that energy. On your next exhale, release your hand. You can use the wall for support and release your foot down. Okay, good. We're going to come to wall dog or L shape here. So heels under hips. Torso parallel to the floor, arms out on the wall in front. Yeah. That's it. See that your heels are right underneath your hips. So, yep. And then bend your knees a little bit. Same thing like we did in dog pose. Bend your knees a little and roll your inner thighs back. Bring the weight to the inside edges of your feet. The big toe side, spin your inner thighs back. Widen them out a little bit. And then keep that and try to stretch your legs straight. Your glutes will tone naturally. Your tailbone will draw down naturally. Keep rolling your inner thighs back. Good. Stretch your arms long, your legs long. Stretch yourself full into the pose. In this breath, this moment, right here. Good. And then walk your hands up. Come on up. We're going to do that again. We're going to add in, we're going to work on warrior 3. So that looks like this. You might bring your feet a little closer. Here's what I want you to think about. As you're lifting up your back leg, so just watch me for a second. As you're lifting up your back leg, hopefully I'm on the video, yeah. As you're lifting the back leg, this is what wants to happen because that's easier, right? The toes are going to want to turn out. This elbow is going to want to bend. And if that happens, it's really okay. It's totally fine. But we're going to work to try to keep the left arm straight and the inner thigh rolling up. So we might not lift as high. That's okay. You're going to get a deeper hamstring stretch if you maintain that inward rotation. So it's not that it's wrong the other way. It's just you're going to get a deeper hamstring opening that way. So come back to that L shape, that right angle shape. That's it. Step your feet a little closer to each other. That'll help with balance. Push into your left hand and then begin to extend your right leg back behind you. Yes, that's it. Feel how that right hip wants to open up. Resist that. Spin your inner right thigh more towards the sky. Yeah, that's it, Frank, more. Lower your leg a little bit. Yeah, Dana, more. Turn it down like that, like that. Hips level. Can you feel if your right hip is above your left hip? I can tell you that many of you it is. Try to level them off. Yes? Okay, good. Drop that foot back down. All right, if you need to come up for a second, come up for a second. So, yeah, it doesn't matter how high the leg gets. I mean, you know, sometimes we want to work on getting the leg higher. That's fine. Today, let's work on getting that internal rotation. So it might mean then that, you know, instead of coming here where the leg lifts up higher, you got to lower it down so that you can get that levelness and then work to lift it a little more or not. It might not lift a little more. It might just have to stay there a little bit lower, you know. Try that. Second side, hands on the wall. Back to your L shape. Good, and just be here, take a breath. Summon your superpowers. Squeeze your legs towards each other, tone your muscles. Good, and then start to sweep the left leg back behind you. Go slow, don't let the hip open. Yes, better. That's it. Push into your right hand more. Yes, left toes point down. Take one more breath, stretch your spine, stretch your arms, stretch your legs. Okay, exhale and release that foot down. Okay, come on up to stand. All right, we're going to try it this way now. Blocks, you're going to have to sort of figure out the distance to the wall. So you're going to want both legs straight and you're going to have your blocks in front of you. So now we can work that lifted leg pushing into the wall. And just like we did at the beginning where we were in tabletop with the toes off the floor, then the toes on the floor, same idea. Now we're fixing the foot here. We're still working to rotate the inner thigh up towards the sky. Maybe you want to work balance. It's very hard to balance and take your hands off here, so I won't even say you have to do that. But if you want to try, you can. All right, so stand about midway in the middle of your mat. Have your blocks out in front of you. And then step your right foot up on the wall behind you and just adjust your left foot so that your right leg and your left leg is straight, or as straight as you can. That's it. Then take your blocks a little bit forward so your blocks are right underneath your shoulder. Okay, very good. Now push to the big toe side of your right foot. Spin your inner right thigh up towards the sky. Draw your outer left hip back towards the wall behind you. Good. Now lengthen your spine out of your pelvis. Get longer. Yep, look forward a little bit. Breathe where you are. Yes. Okay, good. Release that right foot down. Bend your knees. Just let your elbows hang. Come to a standing rest. Just let your elbows release. Let your head release. Let your belly soften. Let your breath and your heart rate steady and calm a little bit. Okay, second side. Left foot to the wall. Toes point straight down. So look back to your foot. Adjust your stance as needed. Yep. Pin the big toe side of your foot into the wall. Spin your inner left thigh towards the ceiling. Stretch your legs straight as you can. Extend your spine. Yes, very good, you guys. If you want one more refinement, pull your outer right hip back towards the wall behind you. And if that just puts you over the top, ignore me. One more breath. All right, release that foot down and just hang. Standing rest, bend your knees. You can let your hands rest on the blocks and let your elbows just hang and your shoulders and your head just hang. All right, then lengthen your spine, lift elbows, shoulders, head, push to your feet and come on up. Okay, good. Next pose, we're gonna face the wall again, and you're gonna have to, I don't have a good way to tell you how to figure out the distance here. This is the pose, so you can watch. Torso parallel to the floor, Parsvottanasana. So we're gonna go palms on the wall, both legs straight, torso parallel to the wall, and then we're gonna work this lining up of the hips situation, okay? So right foot forward, yep. Hands on the wall in front of you. Left foot back behind you. Yes. Straighten both legs. So adjust your hands as needed so both legs are straight. Yes, that's good. Yes. Fran, Michael, good. Push into the wall. Okay, now press down to your left foot, the inside edge of your left foot, and roll your inner left thigh, that's your back leg, roll it back into the room behind you a little bit. Yes. Then draw your right hip back away from the wall a little bit. So draw it back. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, like that, like that, like that. Good. And then extend from the center of your pelvis down through your legs, extend out through your spine. And then walk your hands up and step your back foot forward. Yes. Nice, you guys. Okay.
Do you mind, or is that too, the pop music? Is that
Oh.
what you usually do?
It is.
I find it just like the pop music
Okay.
and the hip hop, and
Okay.
it just feels like an exercise.
Okay, we could talk about it afterwards. We're going to do the other side. Left foot forward, right foot back. I know, Betsy doesn't play music. It's a departure.
No, I like the music, but it was just like the Indian kind of music, like the pop music.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know.
Okay. Left foot forward, right foot back. Second side. That's it. Bring your torso parallel to the floor. Yes. So work that back leg first. So press to the big toe side of your back foot. Spin the inner right thigh back. Tack your left hip back away from the wall a little bit. Yes, good, you guys. So hips more level. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, play around with it. Yeah, shift the hips a little side to side. See where you get the better stretch. See where you get the most opening. Good. And then get longer through your legs, longer through your spine. One more breath here. All right, and walk your hands up. Come on, all the way up. All right, excellent. Stay facing the wall. We're going to do a thigh stretch now, so you can use the wall for balance. Left hand on the wall. Stand on your left leg. Make your left leg really strong. And then bend up your right knee and catch your right foot behind you. Squeeze your legs in towards each other. Spread out your toes. Good. Now, same thing we've been working here all practice. Try to roll your inner right thigh back a little bit. So there's a broadening in the back of your pelvis. Then tone your belly, tone your glutes a little bit, tone your pelvic floor, and then maybe walk the left hand up the wall a little. Hug your heel towards your butt, any amount more. Of course, if you feel this in a knee, just don't, you can keep the foot a little bit away from the hip. Don't pull in as much. Take one more breath. Then release the right foot down. Switch sides. Right hand on the wall. Bend up your left knee. Good. Squeeze your legs in towards each other. Hug your heel towards your butt, any amount. Roll your inner left thigh back towards your inner left heel. See if you can feel that happen. Yes, good, guys. That's it. And then hug your heel in as close as you can. So you feel that stretch into the front of the thigh. Yup. You can use the wall for balance if you need to. I'd rather you get a good thigh stretch than work on balance here. Okay. Exhale and release that foot down. Nice. Come face the center. Have your blocks in front of you. You may or may not need them. And come back to Tadasana facing center. Come towards the center, the top of your mat so that you've got space behind you. Good. Come back to Tadasana. Back to mountain pose. Good. Steady your feet. Steady your breath. Steady your legs, tone your muscles. As you inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky. And as you exhale, fold forward, take your hands down to your blocks, or of course to the floor if you reach. And then step your right leg back, and this time you're going to drop your right knee down. If you need padding under your knee, just fold your mat over. If you need to grab a blanket, that's always fine too. Drop your right knee down. That's it. If you're using your blocks, move your blocks back so they're in line with your foot so you're not way out in front like this. You want to be a little more upright. That's it. And then if you can, bring your back knee back a little bit more so that back leg is on a big diagonal and maybe you're already feeling a nice stretch into the hip flexor. Have your front heel flat on the mat. So if it's not flat, step it forward a little bit or slide your back knee back. That's it. Then squeeze your legs in towards each other and lengthen up through your spine. You can keep hands on blocks or you can go hands to your front thigh. You can keep hands on your front thigh, or you can go arms to the sky. If that feels like too much, my line is always you just get off the bus at your stop, so wherever that stop is. Keep this sense of pulling up from your feet into your pelvis. So there's this little bit of lift, and you're not just collapsing into letting gravity take you. All right, take your hands back down. Keep your right hand on the block or the floor. Take your left hand to your left hip. Yes. Good. Take a deep breath in, lengthen your spine, press down into your right hand, twist your belly, look up over your left shoulder. You could stay here or you can stretch your left arm up to the sky. Nice, guys. Lovely. As you inhale, extend out of your pelvis a little bit longer. As you exhale, twist. As you inhale, fill up with all those qualities that you feel for your friends who are devoted for you, those qualities that they inspire in you, and then just let them fill you as you twist open a little more. All right, take that hand down, and we're going to switch feet, so you can lift up your back knee and step forward, and then step your left leg way back, left knee down. You got it. Okay, again, we want a long stance. We want the front heel down on the floor, so not lifting up. So if you're forward like this, just bring that front foot forward so you've got a nice space. Bring your blocks back in line with your foot so your hands are in line with your foot. That's it. Squeeze your legs in towards each other. Create like a scissoring action. Then you could stay there or you could go hands to your front thigh. You could stay there or you could go arms to the sky. Deep breath in. I'm going to turn around so I'm on my back to you guys the whole time. Okay, good. Then twist. Left hand is going to go down, right hand to your right hip. Extend out of your pelvis. Lengthen and then turn your belly from left to right. Move your right shoulder back. Maybe right arm to the sky. If you've got a shoulder thing going on, you can keep your hand on your hip. Good. Inhale. Connect into those feelings of love, courage, devotion that Hanuman reminds us to feel and to embody, and then let your pose just become the embodiment of those qualities. Send those qualities from the inside all the way to the surface of your skin. All right, good. Drop that hand down. Lift your back knee up. Step forward with your back foot and just fold over your legs. Let your spine just spill over. You can go to soft knees here. All right, lengthen your spine. Come on all the way up. Reach up and stretch up. And exhale, let your arms release down. Okay, we're gonna come to Virasana. So you may want 1 block or 2 blocks or 7 blocks for this one. Here's the pose. I'm gonna show you from the back view. So you make a V shape with your legs. The legs do not have to be, the knees do not have to be together, but you want them no wider than hip distance, and then your feet widen out to the sides. Now here's an important point. The heels tend to sort of bow out to the sides here when we come into this pose. So try to make you see how when I hug my ankles in, there's more of a straight line from my knee back to the toes. So that's what we're looking for there. And then if you have flexibility in your knees, you can just sit between your feet. That's one way to do it. If your knees do not do that, you can sit onto a block. You can sit onto 2 blocks. You can also take a blanket and put it here behind your knees, and that also, if you've got like knee stuff going on, that might be a better option for knees. All right, how's that? I know, lots of props today, lots of props today. Okay. I mean, really, I'm always a lot of props. Okay, so feet wide. Yeah, that's it. Hug the outer ankles and then sit back onto your block or onto the floor. Yeah. And if it feels like too much in your knees, just stack 2 blocks. Put 2 blocks under there. Yeah, or 3 or 4. Exactly, whatever. Okay, now reach under, and you're going to take your right hand to your inner left thigh and your left hand underneath your left butt cheek, and you're going to roll that whole leg down and pull the flesh from underneath your sit bone. So, like, get up in your butt. Like, get personal. Get in there. Get in there. Find your sit bone. Pull it out to the side. And then go the other way. Get personal. Left hand, inner right thigh, right hand underneath. Yep, widen it out. And that should feel, you should feel a little bit of a release maybe in your back, maybe a little bit. If your back isn't tight, then you don't feel it, just say a little prayer of gratitude. Take your hands to your knees now and just lift up a little bit. So pull the flesh up, and that'll release some pressure in the knees. That's it. Good. Then draw your tailbone down and tone your belly a little bit. Bring your hands behind your back, lace your fingers together. Good. Squeeze your elbows towards each other. Nice. Feel your collarbones lift and broaden. How are we doing back there? Good. Okay, now bring your fist to your left hip. Yeah, good. Squeeze your right elbow in. Squeeze your left elbow in. Sit up tall. Yeah. So a little shoulder stretch with our thigh stretch here. Yep. Inhale, extend your arms back behind you. Stretch your arms as straight as you can. Good. Then bring that fist over to your right hip. Yes. Squeeze your elbows in behind you. That's it. Feel your collarbones lift and broaden. If you are one who is carrying small children a lot, this is a really good one to do. It's like the antidote to, sorry, yeah. Heavy small children. Yes, I had those too. My middle one was, no joke, you guys. He weighed 17 pounds at 9 weeks old. 9 weeks. He was the size of a 1-year-old at like 9 weeks old. I have a strong back, and even my back was dying. Okay, stretch your arms back. Yeah. Okay. Good. Release your hands so I feel your heavy child pain. Walk your hands forward. That's it. Come to a tabletop and just take your time here, guys. Take your time. Let the backs of the knees open back up, the bottoms of the feet. When you feel ready, pedal out your feet. Stretch one leg back and then the other leg. Yeah. Very good. Very good. Okay. Now we're going to work towards Hanuman, probably half Hanuman. So we're going to do this with a couple of blocks. So you'll have your blocks in front of you, and we're going to take that front foot out in front. So here's the thing. Just watch me for a second. So same thing we've been working on all of practice today. You might be able to slide out a little bit longer, and that's fine. And if you're comfortable going even longer, that's fine too. I'm going to sort of hold it here. Here's what I want you to think about. As we come into the pose, here's what wants to happen. This hip likes to hike up. These toes are going to want to turn in, right? Because the body's going to go in the path of least resistance unless you're really telling it not to. So try to maintain the hips level here and maintain more inward rotation on that back leg. And actually tucking the toes in the back foot might help with that a little bit. And then this hip is going to want to hike up. You're going to draw it down and in. The toes are going to want to turn out. I want you to keep them up. So drop the hip. And you're going to get a deeper hamstring stretch if you're working those actions. Okay. Step your right foot forward. Your blocks can be on any height, right? You can be up here. Blocks are not one size fits all. If you're a tall guy, you might need 4 blocks. If you're a tall girl, you might need 2 sets of blocks. Those are they're like narrow, but you feel like they support you enough. Yeah.
I mean, they're kind of lightweight and lame.
Yeah.
I mean,
No, they're not.
They're not. Makes me
Take those.
Wednesdays.
All right, well, if you want those, take those. Okay, so right leg out in front. Left hip over your left knee to start. Left toes straight back behind. So that leg's going to want to swing out. So keep your left toes straight back behind your knee. Roll your inner left thigh back. Then maybe take the right heel, slide it out a little bit more. Keep the right leg nice and straight. Good. And then tone your outer right hip. Pull your right hip down, but don't let your toes turn out. Oh my God, that's a lot of things, I know. If I start to sound like, the Charlie Brown, the teacher, just ignore me. It's okay. Usually the first thing I say is the most important, so do that. All right. One more breath. If you want to fold over the leg and take it into a little bit of a deeper forward fold, you can do that. All right, and then inhale and come on up. Come back to your tabletop. All right, good. Sit back in a child's pose for a moment. Just take a couple of breaths there. You can go knees together or knees wide, whatever feels more comfortable for you. Here's your leap across the ocean. We recruit all the skills, all the love, all the devotion. On the mat, it's often what we're talking about is our sort of physical, the physical courage. At the highest level, the practice is about that sort of spiritual courage, where we stay on the path, staying true to our heart, even when we don't feel like it, even when you're tired, even when you're scared, even when it's hard, even when the music's distracting you. Sorry, Dana, I'm throwing you under the bus. No, you're fine. Even when it's easier to, turn on the TV and check out, but to just stay with the practice, that's the practice. All right, let's do the other leg. Come on up to tabletop. Slide the left heel in front of you. Right hip over the right knee. Or you can be a little longer, right? If you want to go into a deeper split, if that feels like a reasonable thing to do, by all means, go for it. Okay, but before you slide into that longer stance, really spin, I like the back toes tucked, spin the inner right thigh back. And then pull the outer left hip back and down a little bit. And then press out through the left toes. Extend the left leg. Yes, breathe. If you want to take it into a deeper forward fold, the forward bends are the poses of devotion. When we invoke Hanuman, we invoke devotion at the highest level. That is his deepest embodiment. So the forward bends honor him in that way. All right, I feel like we're on the first side for another breath or two. When you feel even, come on up and slide that heel back. And then sit back into your child's pose. You can rest your head on your hands or arms back by your sides. All right. Does everybody have a strap? If you don't have your strap, I'm going to bring them closer to you. Straps are all over. Do you have one? Gina's got one. Yep, there we go. Here you go. I was going to get it, but that's fine. Here's Debbie. Okay, so we're going to come onto our backs now. Come lay down onto your back. Have your strap nearby. I'm going to just turn the lights down. There we go. Okay, come lay down. Stretch out onto your back. Okay. Take your strap around your right foot. Go at the base of the toes of your right foot. And extend your right leg as straight as you can. So it doesn't matter how close your leg comes to your face or your shoulder. It doesn't matter. But it does matter that the leg gets straight because that's how the hamstring opens up. So even if your leg is way out in front of you, that's fine. Just try to get the leg straight. Try to tone your quadricep muscle, your calf muscle. Try to keep the back of the knee open. And then try to keep the leg straight. Walk your hands up your strap. Maybe draw the leg in a little bit more. Inch it in a little closer. Bring your awareness to your left leg on the floor. Push your left thigh bone down and extend your left leg really long, almost like you have a strap around that left foot also. Stay relaxed in your shoulders. If it's helpful to wrap the strap around your hands so that you don't have to death grip the strap, you can do it that way and you can relax your shoulders. Okay, now take both straps into your right hand. So it stays on the right foot. Take both sides of the strap into your right hand. Extend your left arm out to the left. Press your left shoulder down to the floor. And we're going to take the right leg out to the right, but I want you to do it with intention. So you're not just letting gravity, you're not just collapsing the leg out to the side. You're pushing your foot out to the right. You're pushing your foot into your strap as you let the leg move out to the right. Keep your left thigh pressing down towards the mat beneath you. Press your left shoulder down. And then just get longer in your torso and your legs and your arms. Stretch full into the pose. Good. Inhale and bring that leg back up. And release the strap. Stretch your right leg out next to your left leg and just feel both legs. Notice the sensations, not just the stretch of the muscles, but also perhaps the energy moving a little bit more in the right leg and maybe even in the whole right side. Just pay attention, just notice. That's the practice. When we're here and we're paying attention, that's what makes it yoga, not just stretching. All right, let's take the left foot into the strap. Stretch your left leg as straight as you can. So again, give yourself enough slack in the strap that you can get your legs straight, but walk your hands up as close to your foot as you can so your arms are extending also. Yeah, that's good. Then extend your right leg on the floor. Keep the right thigh pinned down as you maybe bring that left leg in a little closer, a little deeper stretch into the hamstring. Feel an energy from your left sit bone all the way up to your left heel, all the way to the pinky toe of your left foot. Take both straps over into your left hand. Take your right arm over to the right. Pin your right shoulder down, reach your right arm way out, and then press your left leg over to the left. Press it out, press it into the strap. Yes. Keep your legs reaching long, your arms reaching long. Feel your own superpowers expanding you, giving you more length, more strength, more ability to take whatever leap it is you are taking in your own life these days. All right, squeeze your leg, bring that leg back up, squeeze the legs together, and then you can remove the strap and bring the left leg down. Bend up your knees. Take your feet as wide as your mat. And then just do some windshield wipers. Drop both knees to the right and then both knees to the left. Just go side to side a few times. All right, next time you're on your right side, just stay on your right side for a moment. Roll fully onto your right side and then bring yourself up to seated. And let's use the wall for a little legs up the wall. So you're going to turn around. The easiest way to get in, if you know how to do it, go for it. If you know what you're doing, go for it. If you need a little tutorial in getting the legs up the wall, we really want the hips to be as close as possible. So if you walk your butt, if you go on your side and you walk your butt to the wall, you kind of lay down onto your side. You can walk your butt in as close as you can so that then as you roll to your back, the whole leg is close to the wall. Yeah, you just got to coordinate with your neighbor a little bit. Yeah, so if you go on your side, if you lay down onto your side, it's a little bit easier, but you could scooch there on your back too. That's fine. That's it. Some people like the blanket underneath their hips or pelvis. You can take a blanket under your hips or pelvis. You just rest your legs on the wall. Yeah, if you have space next to you and you want to do cactus arms for a little shoulder stretch, you can do that. If that's too much for the shoulders, just have your arms by your sides. You can have your hands on your belly and just feeling your breath moving. All right, let your legs rest on the wall. Your knees can be a little soft here. Yeah. Let your pelvis feel heavy. Let your shoulders feel heavy. Let your head feel heavy. Let your body just release and soften. And just let yourself feel supported by the love and devotion of all those who practice here together today, of all those who come here to practice for so many years. This community, or any community that you feel supports you and is devoted to you and allows you to stretch yourself and take the fearless leap that you need to take. Take another couple of breaths here. Letting your breath slow a little, your heart rate slow a little. Then begin to bend your knees. Take your feet onto the wall. Just be careful though, Frank, you got the plexiglass there. And then just start to shimmy yourself on your back, walk yourself backwards on your mat until you can stretch yourself out onto your back. So just walk yourself backwards into the center of the room. Shimmy yourself back. Yeah. You got it. And pull your knees up into your chest. And make some circles with your knees, massaging out your low back. Oh, you stuck in your strap there, Sharon, you got it? Okay. Yeah. Good, then reach between your knees and hold the pinky edges of your feet for Ananda Balasana. Turn your hands around, Frank, hold the pinky side, like that. Yeah, so it's like a squat upside down. Bring your feet a little wide. Bring your knees down towards your armpits. Yeah, and you can hold your ankles, or you can hold the backs of your thighs. That works too. Yeah. If you like to do a little rock, you could do a little rock. Yep, that's fine. Then bring your knees together into your chest. And stretch your arms out into a T. And drop your knees up towards your right armpit. Yeah, just give a little high five if you touch someone. It's just a little high five. Yep, let your knees drop all the way over to the right. You got it. Anchor your left shoulder down. Let your knees, just your feet relax. You can just let gravity sort of take your legs here. Inhale, bring your knees back up. Drop them over to the left. Let them come all the way to the floor. Let your right shoulder stay heavy. Bring your knees back up. Extend your legs out straight now. If you have clothing that you want, I will bring it to you. Just let me know where it is and I can bring you clothing if you want clothing to warm up. Anybody need clothing that's somewhere else in the room? Good? All right. Let your pinky toes drop to the floor. So the legs, actually what you can do first is that same sort of internal rotation that we've been working a lot this morning. If you do that as you lay down, you might feel a little more broadening in your back. So I do like a little rock side to side and roll the toes in, the big toes in a little bit. And same thing as we did in the seated pose where you sort of move the flesh to the side, then let your pinky toes drop to the floor. It might feel a little more comfortable in your low back. Turn your palms to the sky. Let your whole body soften. Let your legs and your toes relax. Relax your calves, your thighs, the backs of your knees. Relax the back of your thighs. Those hamstrings works hard today. Let them rest. Relax the muscles in your hips, your glutes, your pelvis, your pelvic floor. Soften your belly so the breath just rises and falls gently and easefully. Relax your shoulders and your arms and your fingers. Relax your head and your neck. Soften your eyes, the corners of your eyes, your cheeks, your jaw, your tongue. And then as your body feels deeply relaxed, calm, quiet, just begin to follow your breath inwards and outwards. Just follow the flow of the breath. Feel how you can receive each breath as a gift. Notice how you can follow the breath deeper and deeper within yourself, touching into your own wellspring of love, devotion, courage. Just let yourself rest there. Ever so gently now, let your breath deepen. Allow your body to stretch, move, reawaken in any way that feels good to you. As you feel ready, bend up your knees. Roll to your right side. Rest in the fetal position for a breath or two, allowing yourself a slow, gentle transition back. And slowly bring yourself back up to seated. Really, Hanuman's story is all of our story. We forget how powerful we are. We forget our agency. We forget how capable we are. We forget that we are whole just as we are. And it's often because of the ones who love us, who put their faith in us, that we're able to dig deep into the part of ourselves that is divine, that is connected to humanity and to something bigger and to grace itself, that gives us the strength to do what we need to do, whether that's leaping over an ocean or a slightly smaller leap, whatever it is. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. And with devotion to yourself, to each other, to this community, to this practice, let's chant one Om together. Take in a deep breath. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Hope you have a great day. Good stuff coming up. Gina and I are doing a running series for runners of all kinds. And for those of you who don't think that you're a runner anymore, come do stuff with us. We're going to run a little. We're going to look at gait. We're going to look at stride. We're going to look at feet. We're going to look at knees. We're going to do some recovery and some prep and some... So whether you are a runner or you want to be a runner or you used to be a runner, come join us. That's going to be Mondays in June. We have stretch sessions ongoing. Kripalu, I'll be at Kripalu in 3 weeks. Still space if you want to join me for my Kripalu retreat. All right, that's all I got for you. Have a great day. Were you going to ask something? Were you going to ask something? No. Oh, okay. All right.
Thanks. Thank you,
You're
Rachel.
welcome.
I saw Gina and
Oh, you didn't realize it was Gina.
I know, I'm gonna come sit with you.
Hi, Rachel.
It's like, I looked at you.
Thank you.